because Warren Buffett, he is a renowned investor and a CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, and he has consistently emphasized the importance of investing in productive assets such as businesses, real estates, and farms that generate income and have the potential for growth. We've all seen it where he's purchased a furniture store, for example, from, there's a very old furniture store and it's done extremely well. But I believe he's sold that now. So the contrast here is that the non-productive assets like physical gold, which for him, it doesn't produce the earnings and dividends that he's looking for at a sharper rate, for example. But in 2011, Berkshire Hathaway shareholders, Buffett, elaborated on this perspective, explaining that productive assets not only generate income, but also have the potential to appreciate over time. He's in it for the long haul. He's not in it for a get-rich-quick scheme. Same as with gold and silver. It is a long-term plan. It's not an instant plan. You got to hold on to it. Just like with Warren Buffett, he brought that 3,500 tons of silver. So let's look at this more closely, shall we? So he's looking for the potential for it to appreciate over time. Thereby is offering a compounding effect on wealth. Conversely, he views gold as an asset that is not as productive as when he purchases these items, these businesses, for example. So he brought the silver, like I said, the 3,500 tons of silver, because he knows that this silver is a long haul game. He's not in things for a quick fix. So Buffett's investment philosophy centers on acquiring assets that provide tangible returns through their productive use. So this approach aligns with his broader strategy of value investing. So he focuses on the intrinsic value and earning potential of an asset rather than speculative appreciation. So what is your understanding of Buffett's views regarding gold and silver? I would love to hear your thoughts on this. We know that Elon Musk, he needs the silver, for example, to be able to produce more vehicles, electronic vehicles, for example, AI, renewable energy, for example. Warren Buffett did, in the second quarter of 2020, acquired approximately 20.9 million shares of Barrick Gold Corporation. It was valued at around 563.5 million. This move wasn't unexpected by Buffett's. So even though previously he wasn't really interested that much in gold, this made him think that, hey, I need to get some of this gold and silver, for example. although he thought and saw it as a non-productive asset. However, the fourth quarter in 2020, Berkshire Hathaway, they did de-invest its entire stake in Barrick Gold Marketing. And this was in the gold mining sector, which is a bit different from buying gold bars. So, silver investment. Buffett in 1997 purchased 129.7 million ounces of silver. So this was amounting to one of the largest private holdings of metal at that time. So this investment was based on his assessment of silver supply and demand fundamentals rather than the interest in silver mining companies. So Buffett has traditionally favored investments in businesses that generate consistent cash flow, which may explain his limited exposure to the mining sector. And I wanted to share that part with you. So Buffett's gold mining investment was done in 2020 with Barrick Gold, and it was in the second quarter, and it was valued at the time 563 million. And it did surprise investors because Buffett had he wasn't really keen on gold. He saw it as non-productive. However, he saw that this could be an advantage for the company, for example. They also sold a majority of the gold stake, and they was able to get quite a lot of money for that as well. So let's look at the investment. It was made by one of the portfolio managers, it says here. And why is this such a big deal? It's a big deal because we've got to look at the gold mines, where this gold coins and silver and gold bars are coming from, because we are going to be able to use that as a monetary system. It won't just be sitting there. You can use it as when the time comes when you need to use it. So think about that. You can profit from a gold producing business, and that fitted in with Warren Buffett's philosophy of investing in the productive enterprises. So yes, Buffett brought into gold mining sector via Barrick Gold, for example, but he didn't buy the physical gold. He invested in the mining sector. So when you're looking at this, Elon Musk and all the other electronic vehicle companies, they need the mining to produce their products. And really this is the, getting to the bottom of it, is that they need the mines to produce their products so that they can make a revenue, obviously. So with regards to Warren Buffett, in 2008, Berkshire Hathaway invested 230 million to acquire a stake in the shares of the BYD, a leading Chinese manufacturer of electronic cars and batteries. So this investment has been highly successful, with the value of Berkshire's stake increasing significantly over the years. And recent developments in 2022, Berkshire began reducing its holdings in the BYD by June 2024, and its stake had decreased to less than 6%. The investment period for investing in PetroChina, but sold the stake before the steep drop in oil prices became the beginning of summer 2008. See, with Warren Buffett, he analyzes, and although he buys and puts a lot of money into things, he also knows the right time to sell, for example. Holds on to it until it is sold, for example. So the gold mines in China is also wanting to purchase gold mines outside of China. So when you're thinking of investing in gold and silver, I just want you to have a really good understanding of that this needs to be something that you start doing now, for example, and then you hold on to it for 5-10 years. With regards to Warren Buffett, he's kept things for a number of years, for example. He doesn't just buy and sell straight away unless there's something immediately that needs to be done, for example. But he's always looking at things long term, because he knows that there's a curve. He knows that there's an up and down stage, for example, and he will continue with that. So I'd love to know your comments regarding this, about the investments that's been happening in China, for example. Why are billionaires investing in China? Because of their businesses that they've got that is producing, and it's also earning them income at a higher rate, for example. So what do you think the reasons why they're possibly looking at that? Like seeing if they can invest in a company that is to do with mining for silver or gold, for example. Because this is how they look at things. They look beyond the bigger picture of just purchasing a gold or silver bar or coin, for example. Although they have done that